sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Because you know what? That's what I was going to say is that now you got the baby. You got little Preston, right?
Presley, yep.
Presley. And so you go out and you got to fight even harder now.
You know, I see. Let me just tell you what I see and how I see the music landscape right now. I just had a child, and what it did to me was, I mean, I was already very hungry coming into this album. Very hungry, like a vicious animal.
Like a wolf. Hungry like a wolf.
Then I had my daughter, and honestly, I feel like there are some people who try to say like, oh, rock's dead, and other bands who are kind of floating around that just kind of have that jaded attitude. You know what I mean? Their hunger is gone. Their hunger is lost. And for me, I have it more than ever now because I have my daughter and I have, you know, this record that's like another baby to me. But, you know, I have these things that just have me ready to pounce, man. I'm ready to pounce. I'm ready to take over what's ours. I'm ready to take a spot at the top of this.
You're like a dog on a leash.
I'm like a dog on a leash.
I had to fit it in somewhere.
Yeah, but you know how it is, man. But you become like a different kind of beast when you have kids, man. It just becomes a different kind of fierceness about yourself. You know, you become like a lion.
Well, because it's
exactly,
not. It's not just about you. Like you're like, hey, if things go sour, I can crash in my car. Now you got a kid you got to take care of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no more crashing in the car. There's
right.
only putting on spectacular performances and people being, you know, I want her to be proud of me. I want her to when people talk about me, even when I'm gone or when I'm here, whenever they talk about me, I want them to say, man, you know, your dad was awesome. You know, he really did something for rock and roll.
And it's not like you were a slacker before.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why now it's, I mean, it's just, I can't even imagine.
It's crazy.
You're already enthusiastic. You're already amazing on stage and even afterwards. So, man, I can't wait to see it.
I see too many people get jaded in this business from even my time here. I've been here, you know, I got signed in 2007, and we're putting out our third album. Even since I've been here, I see people take, you know, music for granted. I see people kind of, when times got a little tough, instead of just being like, hey, man, you know, we gotta keep going and work with the punches. I've seen bands like get this attitude about them, like it was all done. You know what I'm saying?
They're giving up.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
They don't got any fight left in them.
That's a bad thing to do around a band like us. You want to give up, you're gonna find yourself a slot behind us.
Nice, man.
You know what I mean? And we're coming out this year to take what's ours. I think. You know, like we were off for a year and a half. I think some people forgot, you know, what we're capable of, and I think we're going to come back and take what's ours.
Rick DeJesus from Adelitas Way hanging out with us at Rock on the Range, day number 3. Adelitas Way, the debut album, was a nice introduction, showed everybody what you were all about. Homeschool valedictorian, had a nice little dig in it at the title. What has stuck about to you, man? What does stuck mean to you as far as an album title goes?
You know, I love those first 2 records, and it's so much of my life's in there, but this record is really about stepping outside and evaluating yourself. You know what I mean? As a person, every person. When the title stuck as an album, it's for anybody that feels like they've been running in place for 2 years. It's for anybody that feels like they haven't forwarded their life to where they want it to be. Whether it's just goals. You know what I mean? You can be there can be anything that makes you feel stuck, man. You know, not being married, being married. You're not being in the job you want, being in the job you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone kind of wakes up and has those days where they don't feel self-satisfied. And I think Stuck has, overall, the tone of the record is a little bit of self-evaluation from everyone. It's not just from me. It's from the women listening to it. It's from the guys listening to it. It's from people who are really listening to the lyrics and getting captured into it. You know, there's some songs on there where, you know, the messages are very clear, and they're very, very, some of them are brutal.
Brutality is not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. Dog on a Leash is a good start.
It is.
And it's weird because when the hook comes in, I start howling.
Oh, yeah?
In the car, I'll be sitting there howling, and I'm like, what am I doing? But that's what it makes me want to do, man.
You know, I'll tell you guys something cool about this record that was fun for me, which, and speaking of Dog on a Leash, you just reminded me of this. We wrote this record the way that bands really write records. Does that make sense to you guys? Like the records you get today a lot, are put together in a fashion that is kind of like through a conveyor belt of the music business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. It's less cost effective.
It's
to do
you
it that
know,
way.
We wrote this album in a garage, practicing 7 hours a day, just closing our eyes, listening to music. And like Dog on a Leash, I didn't write that song trying to write a radio hit or write anything. I just wrote what I was, kind of feeling, and what came out of me was that. And then it ended up being a song that everyone listened to, like, we like this.
Yeah.
And the whole record is like that too. This record was written, just like I'm hoping that Soundgarden, wrote Bad Motorfinger, Metallica wrote the Black Album. I'm sure it was a bunch of guys in a room playing together.
Jamming.
And we jammed really hard on this album, and we wrote 25 songs of jamming, of constant playing together, guitars, bass, drums, vocals, guitars, bass, drum, vocals, and we really stuck with that on this album.
So how do you pick your favorites? How do you go from 25 down to 12? It's
It
gotta
was
be hard.
impossible.
Yeah.
It was impossible to pick the first single, man. It was there was like 5 songs on the table that we were all looking at, and everyone was like, dude, it's out of these 5.
Well, let's just go 5-song deep.
There you go.
Let's
5
do
songs
that.
deep.
Well, you know what? They got to have at the end of the day, I am a product. I'm an artist first. I make the records, and I'm a product of however the fans react and the record company. I want 10 singles. You know what I mean? I want every song to be a single. But we're really just have to kind of. I really think once we put the record out, there's going to be a song or two that immediately gravitate towards being the bigger songs. On
Well,
the record.
we can't wait to hear it.
I gotta play you it. I'll play you some today.
All right.
I'll play you some.
I like
today.
it. And then
I'll play you some today.
after Rock on the Range, you're going out. You're gonna hit the road, man.
Oh my God,
You're
we're
the Pretty Reckless.
out with Theory of a Dead Man right now. We got 3 Days Grace in July, and then we got the Pretty Reckless pretty much from September to November, 8-week run. And those guys are great, man. We just kind of becoming acquainted with them this week, and I'm excited to do it. I think it's gonna be a great package. I think people are gonna really get what they want out of the show. And then in the new year, right after the Pretty Reckless tour, we're gonna headline the whole U.S. ourselves.
Yes.
Good.
I like it.
Okay, then I won't start a riot because we got skipped over on that tour. A
Pretty
little
Reckless.
bit, the Pretty Reckless tour
I don't
with you on
understand
it.
why. I don't understand why.
Well,
Routing things like the dates didn't match up with what we had
and
available, I think.
some previously hold dates that were there, but if there's going to be a headlining Adelitas Way tour,
we're gonna do it, and we're certainly gonna come.
yeah, then that's what we're talking
Of
about.
course. I mean, that's a no-brainer. I mean, when we put the marketing together, it's like,
I won't wear a shirt that night.
I like it. I'm ready.
Listen, Rock on the Range Flashback 2007. We
Yep.
met here before the album came out. Now here you are on the main stage, and I can't wait to see you lay waste in that thing, man.
It
It's gonna be
feels
great.
good, man.
This is where it started for us with you.
For me too, man. It feels great, and I love coming back in and seeing my friends here, man. I love seeing you guys, and I really look forward to coming to Rock on the Range, and this is kind of like an environment where you get to play music, let loose. I mean, we're all going to party this weekend. We've all been partying this weekend, and it's not like that every day on the road. I'm going to go to Birmingham, Alabama tomorrow, and I'm not going to know anyone there.
Right.
So it's awesome to get to
Right.
come and do this, man. I love it.
Good catching up with you, man. Can't wait for the full album to come out. We are very excited. Dog on a Leash is awesome, and we'll talk to you soon, all right?
I
Rick?
love you guys.
Thank
We
you,
won't
man.
disappoint.
Awesome. Morning After with Nick and Big J.